Thank you, Juanita, for joining. Thank you for everyone who's dropping in. This is the second of my Zenspiration series. So Zenit is a radical wellness company with a mission to make wellness accessible to everyone. So this talk series is something I've been wanting to do for a while, where we, each time we talk with someone in the Zenit community, someone who has a Zenit journal. And for those of you, who don't know, like, you can customize your journal with Zenit, so it's like super personalized. You can add like your favorite, prompts and affirmations. We'll get into that. But anyways, I really just believe in the power of, the shared wisdom of the community. No matter like where you are in your life, where you come from, we all have wisdom from our lived experiences. So this is a chance to talk, one-on-one with someone, hear their about their journey, and for those of you listening to like get inspiration, ideas, whether it's if you want to actually customize a journal or just for your wellness journey in general, because we are all in this journey.
Yes, we are.
Yes. So last week I spoke with Jocelyn Ao Young, who is a teacher and an empowerment coach for teachers. So that was a really fun conversation. It's in my IG TV series for you to watch. But today we have Juanita Green-Johnson. All right. So Juanita, do you want to introduce yourself in a way that is natural to you?
Sure. Well, I am Juanita. My pronouns are she and her. I identify as a heterosexual cisgendered woman. I identify as a Black woman, and I love journaling.
Beautiful. Well, since we're on that, you have, a customized journal with Zenit. Do you want to share like how you customized it, how you thought about what you put in it?
Sure. So this journal, I think I found you via Instagram or Facebook. I think you came up as a sponsored person because I like customizable things. So for instance, I'm a big planner and I use a customizable planner for monthly and daily things. So I think because I look at those things, my analog, I guess, brought you into it. So I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yes,
so I actually, yeah. So I'm actually so grateful that you popped up. This journal, I actually got it, I think it says 2020. So I'm thinking the end of 2020, like November, December. And at that time, I'm currently going through a lot myself. So at that time, I was separated from my husband and I'm going through a divorce. I can be very candid and very personal. Like I'm okay with that. So at that time, when I saw the customized journals, the kind of mantra I put in the beginning of my journal is, I deserve healthy and consistent love. And that is something that is very much important to me, which I've been, recognizing, learning how to find that love, learning how to look for that love and to celebrate it in my life. And at that point in time as well, this was my first time getting a journal from you. So I wasn't sure like what kind of questions. So I looked through all of the questions, and some of them that I picked were what gave me energy and what drained my energy. And that has been something that has been an amazing, thought-provoking question for me. So just because of that, I've been able to kind of reflect on my day a lot and reflect and really think about what is taking up my time and my energy and all of my mental space. Mm-hmm. So I really loved that question because I read through all of them before picking. And then some of the other questions I picked were, what are my needs? Especially when it came to this point in my life where I'm looking at what healthy relationships look like for me and healthy boundaries. So that was a really important question for me. What am I learning? I've noticed that I'm going through tough times in my life, And instead of just thinking about them as, oh, this is so difficult, this is so challenging, sometimes I like to look at like, okay, what have I learned in this situation? You know, what can I gain from this situation? Because everything, regardless if it's challenging or if it's, you know, a positive, hopeful thing, you know, we can learn something from everything.
That's the truth.
Yes. And another one, which has been really good for me too, because I'm currently, I just took a dive and I'm currently doing full-time contracted work and part-time private practice. So I no longer have, you know, like that, your regular 9 to 5 job. And that has been a big change, most recent. So one of the questions I have in here is, I was acting from a place of fear when, and I was acting from a place of safety when. And that question has almost kind of helped me make the decision to make the leap, you know, to take the step to do that. Because I noticed, you know, I was making those decisions of staying with a regular daily job because of so much security, where my heart and my passion, and I'm also a spiritual person, so I felt like God was leading me in a different way so I can do more in the community and things like that. So it's like, if I don't take this opportunity, then how am I supposed to grow or learn from it? So that was a big one. I think that's most of my questions.
That,
You know?
you know, it's like, I'm just taking it all in because, you know, what I see, until now, I only got to see what you like your customizations, what you chose. And I remember seeing your mantra, I deserve healthy and consistent love. And I saw that, I was like, oh my God, yes, that's so powerful. But to actually hear the story, more of the story behind it, is just even more, you know, it's just that much more powerful. And it's funny because I start, you know, I had my first Zenit and I was using it. I mean, yeah, I created my first Zenit before I even like started the company Zenit. As I was exiting like 2 toxic relationships. And yeah, there was just so much unpacking and learning I had to do, and the journaling really, oh my God, really helped me understand what boundaries actually mean in the context of these relationships. And like you said, what like healthy and consistent love looks like, and just building up my true sense that I am worthy of healthy and consistent love. Because I know through the journaling that I like realized I didn't really believe that. So it's been this process. And for me, like a prompt that's been consistent through my Zenit journals, I'm on my 4th, has been about like, what do I want, and honoring what I want. And like, that's been my prompt to get me to think a lot about like these relationships where I often, it's like, I want this, but I don't say it. I want this, but then I do something else because they want it.
Right.
Yeah.
So like consistently shrinking yourself for other people when we deserve to take up that space too. So
yeah, absolutely. Do you have I don't know if you have any like pages or passages, bookmarked excerpts that you remember or wanted to share?
I can actually share something I wrote yesterday. I don't mind sharing that. And it was for the what gave me energy and what drains my energy. So it says yesterday, it says, my nephew winning his baseball game and his team making it to the championship is something that gave me energy, because I have 2 nephews. My oldest is 11 and my youngest nephew is 4. And my brother has been working like so hard with my nephew with baseball, and he's just been working so hard, and seeing it come to fruition, like his hard work paying off. I thought that was amazing. I said that my nephew has been working so hard and really mastering his athletic skills. I feel so proud of him and wish I could see his championship game. They live in Ohio, so it's tough because I'm in Buffalo. And I said, regardless of the outcome, I know he will do well. Seeing him work so hard gives me motivation, and recognizing that practicing and working on my craft will lead to positive results. So something I've noticed is struggling with sometimes imposter syndrome.
Mm.
So especially in my field of study, so seeing him just practice and work hard and also have the attitude of, like I can always learn and I can always do better, kind of gave me motivation. Like, okay, it is okay. Like I can learn, I can do better. No matter how long I've been in this field, it's okay to know that I can continue to learn. And then something I said, what drained my energy was learning that my son needs physical therapy to help him with his walking is very tough for me right now. This is bringing up some mom guilt, and and feeling like I'm not doing enough with him. Am I working too much? I pray he will be okay and will be able to catch on to walking and standing. This is a hard experience, and it's okay for it to be a hard experience. So my son, his name is Elijah, and he is 15 months. Yes. So a little over 1. And he's not crawling or walking yet. So his pediatrician, said that, we need to evaluate him just to make sure, if he needs a little bit of help. And that evaluation happened yesterday. And it's hard. Like I do identify as a single mom because I am in my household by myself with my son, but I have a wonderful village that helps me. And a lot of them are on here today. Like I see a lot of my friends on here, and my family. But it's still kind of hard to hear, like, oh, your son kind of needs a little bit of extra help. And this is my first child. So it's like, what am I doing wrong? But then I had to take a step back, who, again, my brother really helped me with that and recognizing, that these are things that can be worked on and he just needs a little bit of practice. And it's okay because I have other friends who have disabilities, who have to walk with walkers, who have to do these things. And, like that's not something where he is at. This is something that we can look at for him to grow. So even though it drained some energy for me, it's still like being able to process it and think, that we're going to be okay, and he's going to be okay. So that was a little tough.
Yeah. I was really struck by what you said. It's hard, and it's okay that it's hard, or it's hard and that's okay. Like, I think we all like need that reminder when we're going through tough times, because the added guilt on top of an already hard situation, like it's so natural, but like we don't want it to like, drain us even more. So it really, it felt like just in that entry, you were able to kind of go through this process of getting that statement. It's hard and that's okay. And I'll be, keeping you and Elijah in my prayers, hoping for the best. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
For those of you, like, your Instagram is like so just like full of, just affirming messages to the world, as well as like love and joy, you and your son. It's just always like, it fills my heart to follow you and see what you post.
Thank you.
And yeah, you are a single mother. You're also a mental health counselor. Like, you're in all these like giving, nurturing roles.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and like on that, I wonder if I could ask, like, how do you, like, what is your journey in still making sure you're taking time for yourself and you're still like preserving yourself in these roles where you are there for others?
So that is still, a challenge. I was actually talking to my friend who is also my colleague. I do contractor work for her company called Therapeutic Sanctuary. And she's been a little bit concerned about me lately because I'm looking very tired and just, I just feel drained. And I was explaining to her, that she doesn't have to worry about me. Like, I appreciate it. I'm just like, I know I'm not okay in the moment necessarily, but I know I will be okay. It's just a lot of things happening right now. And so we kind of talked about it and she was super supportive. So just kind of one thing I'm learning is to allow people to help me or allow people to support me. So I used to be a person that's like, I got to do everything by myself because no one else is going to do it for me. Or there's been times where I put my trust in someone and, ask them for something, or things just never worked out, or I feel like I couldn't rely on them. And some of these people are still in my circle, but they've turned a new leaf. They've turned a new leaf and have become people who are supportive. So I know in this journey, I've been learning to recognize that. So instead of shutting my friend out today, I opened up and shared a little bit more with her because one, she was going to continue to ask. Two, it's like she was really concerned, and I know that I'm going to be okay. So to help her, in a sense, even though I felt like I was just helping her, it helped me to get some stress off my chest and actually hear it out loud versus just in my mind. So recognizing that time when people are offering their support is something that continues to help me fill my cup. And yeah, there she goes. She's like, yes, I was going to ask. Like that helps me fill my cup. And then also just trying to take time, like journaling, that helps me. Like I've told you too, I told you that, I recommend your journal to all my clients. I recommend your journal. We even talked about it when I just finished up my position at UB. We even talked about it in a presentation that we did on the Black tax, because I know you have the new journal with thinking about racial injustice and, racial trauma. And so we talked about that a lot. So just journaling. And I also see my own therapist. I am a counselor who believes in therapy and really believes in my craft. So I've had the same therapist for the last 3 years. So she has seen me through a lot, and I have a really great connection with her, and she's very helpful. So those are some ways that I try to kind of keep myself full so I can give that nurturing to other people. But again, I'm not perfect at it. I'm still working on it, but I'm trying.
I mean, it's in the trying, right? It's in the figuring it out and the stumbling sometimes, but just like keeping going. Like this thing, it's like every day is different. And so we're never going to have it perfect, and we don't need to, right? Yeah. I really resonated what you said about like learning how to allow people to help you, especially when they're asking. I had a moment where several years ago now, when I was going through a breakup with my ex-fiance, and it was so heart-wrenching. And that was, looking back, that was like the first time I actually leaned on my close friends and like cried in front of them, and just, I always had this tendency, if someone asks how I'm doing and if I'm like upset, I'll say, but then I'm like, oh, but how are you? Right? It's like, okay, that was enough of me. But how are you? How can I support you even though you're fine? And it was really transformative to be like, wait, this is what we do as friends. We're there for each other in our time of need. Yeah.
It's so needed. I think today the world is just like, you got to hustle all the time. There's no time for rest. You got to do everything independently and by yourself. And I know in the Black community, a lot of women, especially single moms, it's like, oh, you just, you got to always go. If someone asks you for help, it's okay. It's okay. Like, just keep going. You don't need anybody else. That is not the truth. Like, I need my people. I need my community. I need my parents. I need my brother. I need my circle of friends. Like, my sister who's in Memphis and my son's godmother, they have been so instrumental in this new transition of my life. And knowing that they'll be there has been, really reassuring to me, because there has been times where I would, count on other people and they just weren't there. And sometimes they need time to grow and improve as well. And then they can come back into your life and just kind of surprise you, like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's not about you. I like people, we're all in different places. And something I'm getting from you is just like, there's so much grace, right? Grace for yourself and for others. And that's something that someone said earlier, like, you're such a light. And like, even in just this, this is our first time we're actually being able to talk face to face. Like, it really comes through.
Yeah. And so the same with you too, because It's just been great to like even talk to you through email. I just know, and like your posts and things like that is just so encouraging and almost like a breath of fresh air. Like,
Oh, thank you.
uh-oh. Oh, okay.
I can
Can you
hear
see?
you.
Uh-oh. Can you see me?
No, I can't see you. How about folks watching? Can you see Juanita, or is it just me?
I can see you.
I can hear you, but I can't
That's so
see you,
weird.
which is strange. I've never had this happen to me.
Maybe if I turn my camera around and then turn it back.
Oh,
Oh, they said they can see me.
I can see you. Oh, so maybe it's just something with my internet. Okay. Um, so let's see. I got a few other requests from folks. They might be, I don't know, I'm guessing, I think they're your friends, family, Melvin
Could be.
Green
Oh
and,
yeah, that's my dad.
oh, and Mel, Melina, or Tara,
Mel. Yeah.
Melina, yes. Um, I don't know, I'm happy to respond to these requests. I don't know what's going to happen if we have, like, if they'll kick you out, but I don't know if you want to give it a try or
They
people
are
want to join.
fine. They don't need to come on. They are fine. It's okay.
You're saying it's okay, just keep it the two of us?
Yeah, we can just keep it the two of us. I'm great.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're just to, Tara and your dad. I appreciate the enthusiasm
I
and the
love y'all.
support.
But you might
Um,
get on here and say something that I don't know.
well, we just have like a few minutes left. So, well, first, like, because I'm going to save this video on my Instagram, so like people will be able to come back to it. How can people connect with you or, follow you?
Sure. So my Instagram is Nita Lou. I think it's Nita Lou 89. Yes. So NITALU 89. I'm gonna try. I'm thinking about making it public. I'm not sure yet, but I'm thinking about making a mental health separate one public too.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a licensed therapist, licensed mental health counselor in the state of New York. I have a profile on Psychology Today under Juanita Green-Johnson. Also, people can connect with me through email at Juanita, JUANITA LGJ@gmail.com. And I work for my friend who does the contracted work. She has a company called Therapeutic Sanctuary with myself and another contracted therapist, and we're on Harlem Road in Buffalo, well, Amherst, New York. And we also have a website called Therapeutic Sanctuary. So we provide services for people in the Western New York area, but can also provide telehealth therapy. And we accept health insurances as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been a big thing, trying to get on health insurance panels. So yes, I'm doing both private practice, and people can connect with me through social media or email.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be able to share, your work as a therapist, like,
Thank you.
just putting more resources out there for folks. I'm a huge advocate for therapy. We all benefit from therapy. You don't have to be in crisis to benefit from therapy.
No.
Our maintenance, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I try to remind people, just like we go to the doctor's office for physicals once a year, you have clients. I have clients who drop down to maybe once a month to see me, or once a quarter, actually. But if something comes up, if something traumatic comes up, or a significant situation, whether it's a positive stress or challenging stress, they might come in and need a couple of more appointments. So therapy can be very individualized, and it can go at your pace and what you're ready for. And you don't have to have significant mental illnesses or anything going disastrously wrong in your life to just talk to someone.
Yeah, it's so powerful to have that person to talk to. And that's really good to know too, just how much you can tailor it to your own, like, need schedule. Yeah, like you might not need it once a week, but to know that, and to know, oh, I could do once a month. That sounds super helpful.
Right, right. And that's something you can talk about with your therapist too. Because clinically, we might want to see you once a week, but sometimes people might not be ready for that. So we can always work that out, individualize different things to fit, the client's needs as best as we can, but also fulfill those clinical things too.
Beautiful. All right, Juanita, any last like words of inspiration or encouragement you want to put out there to our community?
Um, just everyone, please take care of yourselves. Remember that you are just as important and worth everything as everyone else. And if we don't take care of ourselves, then we can't give to others. So that's important.
Yes. I feel like I want to end with your mantra in your Zenit. We all deserve healthy and consistent love.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Juanita, so much for being here. I so enjoyed this past half hour with you. Thank you for like everyone who joined, tuned in, engaged. This was such a beautiful experience. I want to do a quick shout out. I've had this lovely candle burning in the background. It is by
So
Warm Essence. Warm Essence candles. They're on Instagram. They have, this is like lavender, sage, and sandalwood, which happens to be like all my favorite things in one. So
that has to smell so good.
yes, I like to do a little shout out of local businesses. So Warm Essence candles.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Juanita.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. Have a lovely night. Get rest. And,
Yes.
yeah, I'll be seeing you on Instagram.
Yes. Bye, Lena.
Bye. Thanks, everyone. Take care.